I'm Jack Cook, and I am not the director this year. I have had the good fortune to find someone who actually knows something about the theater to take over as the new director for the senior players. You probably all saw him. He's the one that's looking very worried about are we breaking any fire laws. Ray Legart has got a long career in the stage, and he acted with us last year, and I talked him into taking over doing the facilitating. The technical term is a facilitator, since this is a school, right? So, and we're really happy to have him. As you probably all know, this is a class that's part of the Western Mountain Senior College, and we are very appreciative of the college letting us do this year after year. But this is only one of the things they do. The senior college is open to anyone over the age of 50 can be a member of the college. I think there's one person here who can't join. But besides doing this, those of you who don't know about the senior college, they do, every year they do 3 semesters, not semesters, it should be 3 trimesters of classes. My wife, who used to be the chair of the college, described the college as a bunch of old people, some of whom know a good deal about one subject, teaching it to people who know absolutely nothing. And not a bad description. But we do all kinds of, the college does all kinds of things. This fall there was a painting and drawing class, which no one wanted me in. There was a really interesting course on the effects of the last ice age on the geography of the Bethel area, and really a fun course. There's a course that teaches Mahjong. So there are lots of different kinds of courses that are offered by the college, and if any of you would like to get on the mailing list, there's a sign-up sheet. All we need is your email address, and we'll make sure you get the next bulletin of the classes that will be starting in January. Excuse me. Tonight we're doing 4 plays. The first one is a relatively long one. It'll consist of our first act, and then we'll have an intermission. There will be some snacks outside that to fill you up and make you happy and give you lots of sugar so you stay awake. Last night there was a rumor that some of the brownies were special herbal brownies, but I never got confirmation. But the audience was much happier after. Let's see. Oh. There are 2 other important things that I want to talk about. One is that, since this is a big group, the senior players every year need to get new players because some people get old and they drop out, and some people have other issues why they can't continue to do it. And we need to keep getting new people in. And so far we've been able to do it every year. We've been getting 1 or 2 new people. But if any of you ever have the urge to get up in front of an audience, come join us. It's fun. You don't have to learn lines. You will see everybody up here has got a script in front of them. That's because we're old and we can't remember anything. It's fun for the players too, because we get to be up here in front of a bunch of people that we know and our friends and relatives, and they can laugh at us when we make fools of ourselves, because that's what we want them to do. So please come and join us. Anybody who has ever had the slightest interest in being up on stage, you don't have to be a good actor. Just watch us. And lastly, I would ask that you please turn off the ringers on your phones. I don't care whether you turn off the phones or not. Text all you want. And unlike professional theater, if you want to take pictures, feel free. So we're going to turn the lights down, get everybody out here to do the first act, and have fun, enjoy, laugh, because that's what we like.
Okay, ladies, the 11th annual pie making day can begin. Everything breakable has been put away.
Ooh, well, that's a relief after last year.
What's everybody looking at me for?
Let's see. I wonder.
Failing memories are such blessings, aren't they, dear?
Fading memories. I remember the broken coffee pot. Was there anything else?
Oh, let me help you out. I think I can remember. You know. Yeah.
Now, again this year, ladies, we have a task. Our task is to make 2 dozen pies for the church supper. Our famous apple, blueberry, and cherry pies.
Is that our mission?
That's our mission, yes.
Do, 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 do,
Ladies, it is not mission impossible. We've done it before and we can do it again.
Well, the thing is, the pies stay the same, but we're a year older.
Well, maybe a year older, but we're a year wiser and a year better at making pies. So let's put on our aprons.
All right. You know, I was thinking, if we weren't so darn good at this, they wouldn't have us do it every year.
Very true.
Why do you suppose people come to this supper every year?
Well, our pies are the reason they come.
Well, don't tell that to the chicken and biscuit ladies.
Can't tell them anything.
Nadine, aren't you making pies with us this year?
No.
No!
Same thing, year after year. Apple, blueberry, cherry.
But people want the traditional favorites.
It's a tradition.
Tradition. Doing the same thing, year after year. I want to make something different this year.
Well, I think people like the same old favorites. It makes them feel comfortable.
Well, you know, people don't come to church suppers for excitement.
First of all, they're bored. Secretly, they're all hoping for something, anything, out of the ordinary.
What nonsense.
And I'm not suggesting we make pies with Viagra.
Ladies, why don't we just see what other kinds there are? We've got several cookbooks here and a box of recipes. And if after you look those things over, then we can fight about it.
Okay.
I don't know why we have to do this anyway. People want the same thing. It makes them feel comfortable.
Bored. Makes them bored.
Whoa. Apple honey custard pie.
That's different. No.
I think we need something a little bit spicier than that, don't you?
Oh,
Like,
like,
Nadine has a point.
What would that be?
Variety is the spice of life.
At our age, the last thing we need is spicy food.
Well, that is because you have never tasted spiced mud pies.
Spice mud
Nice.
pie.
Ooh, yeah. Right here. Chocolate, laced with cinnamon. Makes your mouth feel like it's in the Caribbean.
Yeah, but too bad the rest of your body is freezing its little buddy off here in Bethany.
Anyway, look, here's one. Grapefruit meringue pie. Now, what do you suppose Pastor Maxwell would say to that?
I think Pastor Maxwell would say, let us pray. There's always an answer in prayer, even if the answer is no.
Excuse me, everybody, I'll be right back.
What do you think of this one? Corn nuts pie.
Sounds like a comment on the church supper cooks.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I think I have found my possible favorite. Chocolate rum pie. What do you think?
Or bourbon apple pie.
Rum,
Bourbon
bourbon,
at church.
Sounds good to me.
I'll bet some people would buy more than one piece.
I bet they would.
Could
Could be.
No, we have to uphold our reputation as the church pie ladies.
I agree. We have to stick with our traditional favorites.
Yeah, we know.
Apple,
blueberry, and cherry.
Well, we've got a lot of pies to make. Let's start with crust.
Oh, all right. But I'm telling you what, next year, something different.
Okay.
Belda, I had a little trouble with your toilet.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? Didn't you wonder where I've been?
Dulcie, it's not my custom to wonder about your bathroom activity.
But I said I'd be right back. Didn't you wonder where I was?
Well, now that you mention it, it was quieter here for a while.
But I need to explain.
Explain what?
Your toilet.
You don't need to explain my toilet. I'm intimately acquainted with it.
But I tried to fix it. I tried to fix your toilet.
Try?
Yeah. You know, I started off by wiggling the handle very gently.
So far, so good.
But when that didn't work, I got a little bit more vigorous with that handle. Buggle, 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 buggle.
Buggle, buggle, buggle.
I finally took off the tank cover and I put my hand way down. And that's when it happened.
What happened? You broke my toilet this year?
Just a little oopsie.
A what?
Oopsie.
My toilet handle. You broke my toilet.
I didn't break it. It just came off in my hand.
Yeah, after you played the anvil chorus on it.
Must have had a screw loose or something.
Well, it would take one to know one.
Well, there is only a toilet.
But it's the only toilet I have.
I'll pay for repairs.
Attention, everyone, attention, please. We can't make pies here today. My toilet is broken.
Well, Velda, we weren't planning on making them in the toilet.
What's the problem?
Well, the handle is here, and the toilet is in there.
I said I'd pay for repairs.
Oh, then perhaps I could fix it.
No, that's all right. I'll fix it sooner or
I
later.
know it. This has happened before, hasn't it?
Never. But my late husband was a plumber, and he taught me everything there is to know about toilets, inside and out.
Oh, too much information.
Good thing my husband was an accountant.
Well, great foresight, because I'm just going to tell you what. After all the coffee we've been drinking, getting that toilet fixed sooner will be a whole lot better than later.
Well, I'll be right back. I'm going to the garage for a screwdriver.
Oh, at this hour of the morning?
Hey, sounds pretty good to me.
Make mine a double. Yeah. thrusts have we got started?
Huh? I got one here.
That's because you got the only rolling pin.
Well, you know, you don't need to use rolling pin. Just put the dough in there and push it out to the side with a fork.
That sounds like great. Give this flour.
Well, better mix up my stuff here.
Is that toilet paper coming?
All I want is a cup of coffee. Anybody else?
No,
it's
I'm
okay.
good,
Good.
thanks.
Thank you.
Don't drink too much so that gets fixed.
Yeah, I know.
You can always go outside.
There.
Nice job.
Would anybody like a few happy thoughts while you're working?
Oh, please.
No, not as much as we'd like to see you working with us.
I will, but listen, I can tell you about this. Just for a couple seconds. Mother, father, and toddler were killed during a home invasion. Suspect was high on crack cocaine at the time. And in the column to the left of that one, stress is now the #1 cause of death in America. And to the right below that it says, the Natural Conservation Society reports that bats are dying, honeybees are disappearing, and Asian carp invading at unprecedented rates.
Well, I would say you will never win the Miss Mary Sunshine Award.
Well, that's my point. One bad news item after another. And here's the most startling. In her book, Homeland Librarians, The Quiet Terrorist, author Chris Hanford reports that librarians have formed an underground network via the interlibrary loan system. And experts warn that this is a sleeper cell for a group that wants to take over the American way of life.
That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. I used to be a librarian, and I know that if overworked, underpaid librarians are forming sleeper cells, it's because they need naps.
Dulcie, come here and hold a screwdriver.
I don't have any yellow gloves.
I'll use this. Come in, come in.
Oh, you know, how did things get so messed up when they used to be so good?
Well, wait a minute now. When did things used to be so good?
Well, when we were young, or when our parents were young.
Life was good when I was young, when my legs were red from the cold because girls weren't allowed to wear pants. And when I had a death grip on the dentist chair because every dental procedure was done without Novocaine.
But you're forgetting. Remember when we used to play games in the neighborhood together, hide and seek and pick up baseball?
Flashlight tag. And days when women weren't expected to do it all. Have a job, keep the perfect house, be a great parent to the family.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you give up your cell phones and your refrigerator to go back to those wonderful days?
Not myself.
Not my refrigerator.
There you go.
No, but today's not perfect either.
Well, you'll be glad to know the toilet works.
Oh, we certainly are.
I know I am.
No one's working on pies. What's going on?
We got distracted thanks to Dulcie.
How can it be my fault?
I wasn't even here.
Let's see, I do recall that ridiculous article you read to us about librarians being terrorists.
Well, yes, I do. And I got it all worked out. There is a connection.
Oh, Lord.
Why would you waste good brain space on such insanity?
Well, what else are you gonna do when you get your hand in the toilet tank and the screwdriver?
Oh, okay, let's hear it.
Hear it.
Okay, I've got it all written down here.
Oh boy,
You listen carefully. It goes like this. Librarian has a lot of the same letters as libertarian. And that's like the word liberal, which sounds like Libya. Here there are a lot of Muslims. And some of them want to kill us. So obviously, librarians are a threat to all Americans.
Well, of course, why hadn't I thought of it?
Seriously.
Well, do we want to turn her in now? Or wait for the reward?
Let's turn Yossi in for a reward. She's a toilet terrorist.
You know, though, we shouldn't have to worry about terrorists.
Well, it's definitely not the world we grew up in.
No, it's
We
not.
have lost our sense of security, haven't we?
Yeah, like nowadays, we have to lock our doors late at night and during the daytime, and we never used to have to do either.
Yeah,
We
don't,
didn't either. And one time we found a stranger on a sofa.
You
No.
found a stranger asleep on your sofa?
Yes.
no.
What did you do?
Well, we let him stay for a couple of weeks.
Okay, Yossi, 2 weeks. You sure that was long enough?
Well, after he showered and shaved, we found out he was Uncle Ned. After 7 years in Boys Dipia.
Your uncle spent 7 years in Poisipia? Was he a missionary to the heathen?
No, Poisipia is a small town way up north. And he was a bartender to the thirsty.
You probably did know him, yes. Well, anyway, we're thinking about getting a security system installed.
Well, we all have lost our sense of security, that's for sure.
Boy, that and a whole lot more. Homemade meals with everyone sitting around the table are a thing of the past.
Yeah, but think about how long it took to prepare those meals. No conveniences in the kitchen or at the supermarket. And as a matter of fact, supermarket's not even open on Sunday.
That's because almost everything used to require a lot of manual labor. I mean, even shifting the car was manual transmission.
The cars are a lot safer now. Airbags, backup cameras, and have you seen those cars that can parallel park themselves?
I got a personal letter from my insurance company just a few days ago. No idea why.
Well, and entertainment too. It used to be so wholesome. You could watch it with your family. Now it's so embarrassing with the suggestive costumes and the suggestive plots, the suggestive dialogue.
Gladys, what are you suggesting?
And don't forget the radio. Remember big band music? So much better than today's riff-raff.
Oh, I think you mean hip-hop.
Riff-raff, hip-hop, all sounds like slip-slop to me.
You do have to admit the whole medical field is drastically better than it was.
Money, too.
there anything you'd like to add?
We could pick table games and pop popcorn.
We could. Well, I think we ought to try to form our own little country. Disneyland's taken, so we can't take that. What do you think?
Now you're thinking about like some kind of fantasy land?
Could be. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, isn't that illegal to form your own country?
No, I don't think so. Because I heard on the radio the other day about a man who just decided to form his own private country.
Well, how could he do that?
Well, he bought some land and declared it his private country, something like Smithland.
That's not illegal?
No, because he still belonged to the U.S. He pays taxes, he obeyed the laws, but he just lived in his own private country.
That would be like the developers who name a subdivision in Paradise Valley, and then they set up their own covenants and stuff.
Huh.
I think we could do that, ladies.
So, what did you have in mind, Nadine?
Okay, listen up. We'll buy or rent a place together, like the Golden Girls, and we'll declare it our own country. One where we slow down, we eat fresh food together, we listen to big band music, it'll be so wonderful. But we'll still have dishwashers, drive cars, and go to modern hospitals.
I like it. Our own little Back to the Future oasis.
Exactly. So the first thing, though, we should all do is turn off all the hate and fear programs that we hear on TV and radio.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to make a list.
Okay.
Okay?
Do that.
I hope we all agree to keep our cell phones and computers.
Yes.
Well, weekends we could play table games.
Any popcorn?
Popcorn, sure.
I love it.
Yeah, we could live more calmly and simply.
We'll need a constitution.
And name.
Oh, yeah.
Name.
Oh, I've got one. How about Bye Ladies Land? I'll put it on the list.
How about P&P land for past and present land?
Not bad.
Oasis?
Sounds like a club.
What about Simply Highland?
Interesting.
Add it to the list. Write it down.
I am. We're not in a rush to decide. Let's sleep on it.
Oh, right now? I'm not even tired.
No, Dulcie. First, we have to make the pies before we can take a nap.
Ladies, hello.
Who's that? Who's that? Come in. Oh, Pastor Maxwell.
Blessed morning to you, ladies. Good to see you.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm here about pies.
Because we're making pies.
I'd love to see that. Yes, hard at work.
Yeah, we almost couldn't make them today, Pastor, because Dulcie broke my toilet.
Well, I'm sure that you weren't going to be baking them in the toilet,
Well,
right?
I fixed it already, Pastor. I just thought you might want to know.
Well, you know, pastors don't need to know everything.
So why are you here?
Well, I have some really exciting news from the ticket sellers. Yes.
Do tell.
Well, what do you think? Do you think maybe I might want to be doing some work first?
Do you think you would?
Maybe. Well, I don't know though. I don't know.
Maxwell,
You came to help
Only if
us?
it's, you know, I don't really do much baking at home. My wife tends to do most of that. Sure.
Well,
Hey, oh, quite fetching. Well, they wear this in the pulpit on Sunday morning. Beautiful.
Handmade, I think.
Yes.
It was Belda's late husband's.
Wow.
It was a
Oh, I have brought a visitor with me this morning. Ladies, this is Irene Johnson.
Hello, ladies.
Welcome.
How are you today? So nice to see you.
Warm welcome. Irene is new in town, and she's considering joining our church.
Well, this seems like such a nice community. And you ladies are included
Anyway,
It's all the right
welcome,
things.
welcome to our town. If there is anything we can do to help, just let us know.
in. Thank you. Thank you.
We are just a small, quiet little town, short on excitement, but long on pies.
Well, I've just arrived from moving from Chicago. Downtown Chicago is so busy, so quiet, and it sounds wonderful to me.
Ladies, Irene can play the organ, and she's choir director.
Praise the organ and the choir director.
Yeah.
We better make a good impression on her.
Maybe she even teaches Sunday school. You know what? Another visitor should be here any minute. Yes, he's the community events writer for the Citizen, and he's coming to write. Yes, that should be him now. Here he is. Saul, the Pie Ladies. This is Saltesh.
I'm here to get some information about the church supper, and I hope you don't mind if I take some pictures.
Well, just be sure you get my right side.
You sure you have a right side?
Certainly. Don't you? Sorry. Bad.
Let's see here. It says the proceeds from the supper are going to make repairs to the church. So, what's your part in this enterprise?
Well, we're the pie ladies. We make 24 pies.
There's also the chicken and biscuit ladies, and the salad ladies, and the cake and brownie ladies.
Now, ladies, let's be kind to all, even the cake and brownie ladies. Let you know that you and your pies are always my favorites.
Pastor Maxwell, I suspect that you say that to every group.
Oh, you better believe it.
Okay, the supper is tonight from 5 to 8 o'clock. Would you like to come?
I'm sorry.
Saul, would you like to come?
I'm sorry. I'm covering the garden club tomorrow night, and I won't be able to make it.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm sorry.
How about you, Larry?
I think I might be able to make it. I heard the chicken and biscuits were the best.
Well, of course, but wait until you taste our pies.
Yeah.
Sounds delightful.
And you certainly be willing to, we'd love to have you come and help us.
Oh,
I'm
well,
sure we have an apron
I
for you.
I don't know if I really remember how to make a pie from scratch. It's been so long.
Don't we make pies in Chicago?
Ladies, would you prefer a formal shot for the paper or an action photo?
I think we want
Action.
action.
Better be action.
Go ahead, keep going, and I'll just take
Get
it.
busy.
What kind of pies are you making?
Apple, blueberry, and cherry.
What you say?
Would you like to help?
Well, I suppose I could kill an apple or two.
Well, after we make the crust, we get an assembly line going to put the filling in.
We can only do one crust at a time, because we
It
only have
isn't.
one rolling pin.
Honestly, it doesn't take that long, really. Even with this one.
Oh, ladies, I almost forgot why I came.
Oh,
We've pre-sold more tickets than usual this year.
oh.
So I'm going to ask you if you could please make some more pies.
Okay.
Why did you do that?
Another dozen of apple,
blueberry,
blueberry,
and
cherry.
Well, I thought that maybe you might try some different kinds this year, something new for our customers. Something new. Flavors.
Did you just say something new and different?
Why, yes, I did.
Did you hear that, ladies? New
Yeah.
and different. Different and new. We surely can, Pastor, and we surely will.
Wow. I wish I could whip up that much enthusiasm on Sunday mornings.
I've been thinking, how about chocolate rum and apple bourbon?
If you could keep those alcohol levels in moderation, we wouldn't want anyone falling into sin because of the pies, right? Right?
That's,
Yes.
but, you know, that alcohol burns off when you bake.
I trust you.
Good.
All right, I'm gonna get at it now.
I bet.
Well, you know, I think it's just about time for our visiting to be over, Irene, so we should probably head out.
Yeah, mine too. Could you ladies just kind of print your name on here so I can get them right in the newspaper?
Master Maxwell,
Yes.
speaking of visiting, would you like to visit a new country? Dorothy.
It's too soon.
Pay no attention to her, Pastor.
All right. Now, what's going on? What are you talking about?
What's the matter? You said there was nothing wrong with it.
Wrong with what?
Making their own country.
What?
What? What? No, it's not as bad as it sounds.
It's as legal as apple pie.
Just want to live in a place that combines the best of yesterday with the best of today.
Yeah, exactly.
In our own country, people would be civil, yet have a real sense of belonging.
And have more time to enjoy things like fresh food from the gardens.
And drive cars that have airbags and seatbelts.
And washer dryers, air conditioners, and flush toilets.
Oh,
Yeah.
Big front porches and lemonade.
Oh, lemonade, yes.
Oh, and computers and modern medicine and
Deodorant. Years ago, Cousin Wilbur didn't have any deodorant, so Carol Timberlake wouldn't dance with him. Yeah, but Cousin Wilbur didn't have any soap, or shoes, or toothpaste, so it wasn't just a deodorant.
probably not.
We'll put deodorant out on that list just to be on the safe side.
I'm at it,
Yeah.
doing it right now.
So, ladies, how does one go about forming a new country?
Well, you just decide to quit living like most of the people around you.
But couldn't you do that without forming a new country?
Yeah, couldn't you just form a club or something like that?
No, we don't think so.
You know, it's different. If you form your own country, you're apart from everyone else. You can make your own rules.
Pastor Maxwell, did you put them up to this?
No, not at all. But, you know, I have to say, I approve of their ideals. If it doesn't stop you from making more pies.
Does any of this involve seceding from the U.S.?
Where do you come up with these kinds of questions?
Succeeding? Did I hear succeeding?
No, not seceding, seeding, like as in cherry pies.
I am sure I heard succeeding.
That's been tried, didn't work, started a war, remember?
I can't be a part of a group, a church, with secessionist wannabes. I really can't. I really can't. This is too much.
What are you talking about, Irene?
Where's the line between this and treason?
Treason! Oh my gosh, you're talking about treason!
Irene, I might be mistaken, but I think you're getting hysterical. Please calm down.
I think I have a right to be hysterical.
There is nothing illegal or treasonous about what we're doing.
We're just rebelling against the parts of the 21st century that we don't like.
Right, you two ever hear of rebelling?
And we're adapting those things from the 20th century that we do like.
Ever hear of adapting?
Oh, so it's more like you're staging a mutiny.
Mutiny! Oh my gosh, mutiny! I can't believe this! I can't believe this! I just can't be a part of this. I cannot be a part of this.
You know what? It's not like they're on a ship. Right?
And they're withdrawing from society, not attacking anyone.
Exactly.
You figured it out.
That's what we're doing. I couldn't have said it any better myself.
Well, does that mean I don't have to be a pirate?
All we want to do is spend the rest of our days in the company of good friends, with good food, and good music.
Right. And in the service to others, which at this point in time is about making pie. So if you would excuse us.
But before you go, you might want to buy a few tickets to the supper.
Oh, I will. When we go back, I'll ask the pastor to sell me a ticket.
So will you ladies be able to make more pies, or do I need to talk to the cake and brownie lady?
Pie in the face?
Oh, jeez. I'm telling you what, we will not let you down, even if we have to buy the darn pie.
Oh. Bite your tongue. What about our reputation?
Seriously, how could you say something like that? We'll just work harder and take fewer coffee breaks.
And fewer party breaks.
Okay. My toilet is fixed and the kitchen's already a mess, so let's get to work.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we will see you ladies and your pies tomorrow night. Irene, let's go.
Ladies, forgive me. I know I get overwrought sometimes. Take a pill for being overwrought?
Just an idea.
Okay, I'll think about that. Bye, ladies.
Oh, and we all look forward to being in your choir.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye, ladies.
Bye.
Ladies, this is a really inspirational story. You're going to get a lot of attention about this, good or bad.
So, how about we just forget it?
Oh, no, this is much too good not to print. I hope you don't mind. Bye.
No.
Sorry.
church supper was another huge success.
Of course.
And did you notice that the chocolate rum and apple bourbon pies went first? Did you notice?
Everybody noticed that you had 2 slices, Nadine.
A good cook always tastes her cooking.
Oh, yeah, twice, huh?
Well, the first piece was so tiny.
Okay.
Okay. So, Belda, why did you call us together today?
Have you found us a place to go in our country? What our country?
No, something more noteworthy, shall we say?
Noteworthy.
Oh,
yes.
Have you seen this?
See. Best news is in the Bethel Citizen. Let's see. A group of women declared their own country into existence last week. They have yet to formulate a constitution, and their flag is still under construction. However, their desire to live with the best of yesterday and the best of today is well established.
Oh, that makes us sound pretty good. That's because we are pretty good.
How can you tell?
We made 3 dozen pies practically overnight. Of course we're good.
There's more. Read the last paragraph, Kitty.
Okay, the state attorney general of Maine said he will be looking into the legality of such a move. Since this is a first for our state, Attorney General Frey said, I will have to do research before making a decision.
That doesn't sound good.
No, that does not sound good. You know, do you think we could try bribery?
Gladys, our new country cannot commit a crime right off the bat.
It's not a crime. I just thought maybe we would help him with his research if we brought him some really good pies.
True,
Yeah.
especially
Chocolate
rum and apple bourbon.
I know I'm jealous, Mother, but I can't help myself. If Harry is just a minute late from work, I know he's with another woman. It's a curse being married to the handsomest man in the world. He just drives me out of my mind. Yeah, anyway, I will try to control myself. It's Harry. You missed me too, Harry.
It's not that. It's the 5 flights of stairs.
Oh, Harry, my darling, my love, would you give me a kiss?
Gertie, it's 98 degrees out there. I don't need your hot breath on me. Oh, just one.
You're driving me mad. Now.
Be patient. Don't rush the master. Gertie, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Don't touch the hair.
How did it go work today, dear?
Oh, okay. They finally gave me a new garbage truck.
That's wonderful, Harry.
Yeah. It's all right. Something's going out of the garbage business. There's just no challenge anymore. Maybe I'll have a drink before dinner.
Hold it!
What's the matter?
What is this? You were with a woman today.
Oh, come on.
Don't deny it. What is this red mark on your collar? It's lipstick.
Let me see that. Nah, it's a piece of tomato that fell off the truck.
Harry, I can't help myself. I see the way women look at you. They're crazy about you.
You knew that when you married me.
I don't want you to go out anymore. I don't want you to go outside ever.
I gotta pick up the garbage. They don't deliver.
Should be in the movies, Harry.
Yeah, I'd be lost in Hollywood. Just another pretty face. Besides, I wouldn't want to be cooped up in the studio all day. I like driving a garbage truck. Out in the fresh air.
So, did you meet anyone today?
No? Like who?
Like a woman. I know they're all crazy about you. Who are you with today? Tell me her name. Gertie who?
That's you.
You're just saying that to make me feel better. I know you meet lots of beautiful women in your work. Shameless women in their negligees, running to chase you in the alley with their bags of garbage.
Happened in an alley.
Have you forgotten? That's how we met.
Gertie, you gotta get over this silly jealousy.
I can't.
You should have married a less attractive man.
It's better than going through this torture night and day. I'll get it. Don't you go anywhere.
Who was it?
The mailman. We're not home!
Would you get out of the way? Hi, Stella!
Hi, Harry.
It's your best friend, Stella Brannigan. But she's your best friend.
Not when you're around. Stella?
Aren't you ashamed, Gertie?
No, I'm not ashamed. I need you to stay away from Harry. We're looking at him. Ooh, definitely don't be so close to him.
Why do you think I'm interested in Harry?
I can see what you're doing. You're hugging him with your eyes.
Gertie, I'm not interested in Harry. And in fact, who's touching Harry?
Nobody's interested in me.
Don't give me that, Stella. You are just like all the rest. You want Harry.
Stella, I have my own slob downstairs.
You were hoping you would catch him alone so you could do your thing.
What are you talking about?
You want to get together, I know it. So I'm just going to let you be. I don't even really care anymore, so I'm going to go and I'm going to be gone for hours. Hours.
You're 30 seconds slower than yesterday.
Together while I was gone.
All right, I'll admit it. I'm wild about Harry. See? I touched his arm.
Touch my arm.
I can't stand to be away from him. See, I touched his cheek.
Touch the face. Don't touch the hair.
I want to kiss him and hold him and smother him with love. That's all I ever think of. Harry, my secret love. So, what do you have to say, Bertie?
I'm going to kill you.
Bertie, we've been friends for 15 years, and if you haven't yet learned that I am not interested in your husband, then our friendship is over. I'm going out, and I won't see you again. And Harry, someone else will have to collect our garbage.
That's it. That's it, Gertie? Your insane jealousy has driven away everyone who was ever close to you.
I still have you.
No, you don't. Take one last look.
No, Harry.
Farewell, Gertrude.
You're not going to leave me.
I'm out.
Stay, Harry, please, this time. I promise you.
Stop it, Gertie.
No, I can't. I can't. I won't be jealous anymore.
I'm only carrying you as far as the door.
Please believe me, Harry. I'll change. I won't be jealous anymore. I love you, and I know every other woman must love you too, and that's the only reason I'm jealous. I promise.
Oh, all right. All right, but no more jealousy.
Okay, never again.
All right.
All right.
Hi, Gertie. I came to borrow some sugar.
Oh, sure, sugar. I hear you about sugar. About 3 times a month you're down here for some sugar. Well, I don't believe that crap. You want Harry, you're just like all the rest. And you are not going to have him, so you can just go out the door and say bye.
You're crazy, Freddie. You're crazy. That woman's 60 years old. How can you say that to an old lady?
That's what I want. She's my mother.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the Claude Tournay Memorial Exhibition.
Oh, so sorry, I didn't see you.
Oh, that's quite all right. I don't mind sharing. Wonderful, isn't it?
Wonderful. Bit of an understatement, don't you think?
Yes, you're right. It's more than that.
You're familiar with Tournay's work?
Brilliant artist. Absolutely brilliant.
This piece, untitled number 2, how would you rate it compared to his earlier paintings?
More mature. More passionate.
Passionate. Yes, I like that. Did you see his Baltimore show?
No, I'm afraid I wasn't able to.
Oh, marvelous, absolutely marvelous. But this is his best, no question. Oh, my name is Ivanka.
Hillary's mine.
Oh, pleasure to meet someone who can recognize Tornay's genius.
So many don't. A man was here earlier. He hadn't the faintest idea what he was looking for. Poor thing. He thought he was looking, he told his companion it was a landscape.
A landscape?
Yes, can you imagine?
A landscape? My God.
I'd have suggested he read the catalog description, but I wasn't sure he could even read.
Well, they ran out of catalogs. Might I see yours?
Of course.
Oh, great. Oh. A reductive sensibility pervades the entire painting. Although of abstract construction, a radical aesthetic of formal clarity, dispersed with the complexity of simple truths, dominate the subject. Tornay has suffused Untitled No. 2 with a sensitivity that illustrates the artist's desire to explore a simple reality while instituting a new universal language that blends harmoniously in conjunction with an increasingly non-referential element. Yes. I'd agree with that.
Though it's strange, he refers to his work as abstract.
Sorry?
Well, his message couldn't be clearer, could it?
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Great minds and all that, eh?
Although I don't like that label.
Untitled No. 2? You don't like that?
Can't say I do.
What would you call it?
Well, I'm not so presumptuous to think that I could.
No, please, I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts.
Well, peace. Peace is what I'd call it. Yes, peace. I think that would be an accurate description.
Peace.
If I had my way, I'd hang it in the United Nations. It says more than those diplomats with all their high-standing.
Peace? You think this painting represents peace?
Well, yes, I do. You don't?
Funny.
What is?
How two intelligent people can look at a work and come to such divergent interpretations.
Well, perhaps peace is a bit strong. Tranquility might be more suitable.
Tranquility? No, not tranquility either.
Well, what then?
Of course, it's only my opinion.
Yes, please.
Well, look at those colors. The reds, the oranges, the boldness of the brushstrokes. This is an angry work.
Angry?
No question.
That's what you see? Anger?
Very much so. This is a call for confrontation, a call for war.
War?
You've misread Tornay's message, my friend.
But softness of the line, the lack of hard edges, the blending of the clouds.
Clouds? Oh, where do you see clouds?
In the corners, those masses of gray.
Oh, pardon me for laughing, but those aren't clouds, Miss Hillary. That's smoke.
Smoke?
No question.
Smoke from what?
The bombs, my friend, the bombs.
Bombs? No, it's not I who's mistaken.
Well, as I said, it's only my opinion.
As is mine.
Of course, my opinion is based on my extensive background in the field of art and art appreciation.
Oh, you're an educator.
No,
Historian?
no,
Artist?
no,
Perhaps you took an adult education course.
My education is more informal, more intuitive.
Oh, I see.
No, I don't think you do.
Why don't we just agree to disagree and leave it at that?
I suppose we'll have to.
Peace.
War!
For God's sake, the man is a pacifist. Understanding compassion resonates throughout his work.
Until 9/11.
9/11? Are you suggesting 9/11 changed him from a pacifist to a militant?
I'm not suggesting, I'm telling you.
Oh, I see. And there's no possibility that you might be mistaken.
None. And if you had seen his Baltimore exhibition, you would know what I'm talking about. I'm afraid you've been out of touch.
You've obviously been influenced by your political leanings.
What do you know of my politics?
I think it's safe to assume they're right of the center.
Now, wait a minute.
Next, you'll be telling me Tony's in favor of what we're doing over there.
Oh, and by over there, I assume you mean the war.
You have that right, at least.
Tornay's position on that conflict is quite clear. It's right there in front of you if you would only open your eyes.
I beg your pardon, Ivanka, but my eyes are open, wide open. And what I see are arms. Arms stretched to the heavens. Arms and hands pleading for peace.
Arms, hands. Where do you see arms and hands?
Right there. Right there. Are you blind?
Arms.
Yes, pleading. No, praying. Praying for sanity in a world gone mad.
Those are not arms. They're missile launchers.
That's the most ridiculous thing.
Although I'm pleased to hear you believe in the power of prayer. Your type usually don't.
My type. Please explain that remark.
I'm having enough trouble explaining the painting.
It's obviously you know less about this piece than the man who was here earlier.
And your interpretation is as bizarre as his.
I'm not going to continue this discussion.
Retreat, typical liberal.
What did you say?
You heard me.
Fascist.
War!
Peace.
War!
Peace.
Ladies, quiet, please.
War. What's that?
Oh, it's a rainbow. What then?
Oh my God, I don't believe you. You are too funny. That's the vapor trail from the jet that dropped the bomb and caused the smoke. That's what it is. What Tornay has given us here is a confirmation of our leader's decision that right is might. Right is might. That is his painting's message. Nothing less. And bless Tornay for realizing it.
He's given us a message, all right. No, a warning. He's telling us where we're headed if we refuse to challenge the harebrained miscalculations of our current leadership and the misguided morons who support them.
Morons?
Yes, morons and people of your ilk.
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 Ilk. You are an ignorant.
What's the matter, Ms. Liberal? Don't have the guts to say it? Come on, spit it out. What? Ignorant what?
You ignorant right-wing shithead!
Wait a second. Isn't that Paul Pretentious, Tornay's agent?
My God, it is.
Unfortunately for you.
Pardon me.
Yes, ladies, what is it?
Mr. Pretentious. Yeah, Mr. Pretentious, I'd like you to set this woman straight.
A moment, please. Now, ladies, how may I help you?
Are you crazy? There's no way that I am getting involved in a murder. No way.
For Pete's sake, just tell me how to do it.
I tell you how to kill your husband, and I'm somehow not involved.
Killing is your business.
In plays, Susan, in plays. I write mysteries. I don't work for Murder Incorporated.
Vinny's having affairs.
So your husband's having an affair. Big deal.
Affairs!
We'll get a divorce.
He won't divorce me, some sort of family code.
Move out.
I can't do that. I don't have any money. How would I live?
Okay, tell him to move out there.
Yeah, I did. And now I'm living in the apartment up over the garage. And his girlfriend is in my bedroom.
Kill her.
I can't do that. She does my color. She's very good.
All right. Then don't get mad. Get even.
How?
Have your own affair.
With who?
With me.
You're already having an affair with Linda Looney.
Told you that.
Linda, she's in my bridge club, and she cheats at cards, too.
You didn't tell Deborah, did you?
No, Stephen, I did not tell your wife you're having an affair.
Thank God.
I told Vinny you're having an affair.
Like he can't.
With me.
With you?
Uh-huh.
Ah, he'll never believe it.
Oh,
No
you
way.
think?
Ah, no way.
Let me see. Let me just see. Mhm.
What's this? What's this? What do you got? That's me!
Uh-huh. Doing something you shouldn't ought to be doing with someone you shouldn't ought to be doing it with.
Hey,
Yeah, in the flesh.
where'd you get these pictures?
Linda, she's pissed. You told her you were going to divorce Deborah and marry her.
She actually believed me?
Yeah.
Women. I'll never understand them.
Well, she wanted to give these pictures to Deborah, but I talked her out of it. You owe me, Stephen.
Oh.
But you wonder how I got those.
Yeah, I do wonder how you got these pictures. I've been thinking about that since you showed them to me.
Yeah, you know who took them?
Oh, who?
Lance Looney. Linda Looney's husband.
Wait a minute. You mean he was there while we were...
Yeah,
Oh.
in the closet, some kind of fantasy thing. Men, I will never understand them. But This is a pretty good picture of you.
Stop it!
Do you think Linda looks like me?
No.
Vinny does.
You told Vinny that that was us?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Well, I thought if I told Vinny, he'd give me a divorce. Instead, he just got angry. Very angry. Very, very, very angry.
Okay, I got the point. You got angry? Okay.
So, I'm just telling you, if I give these pictures to Deborah, you will either be cashing in beer cans for deposit money, or Vinny will kill you.
Are you serious? Kidding me?
Uh-huh. Just so happens, I found this note on the garage door.
We'll both pay for this. Vinny.
Uh-huh. And you are the other half of both.
You can't be serious. He would not actually kill me.
Oh, yeah, it's that family thing. Mhm. Listen to me, Stephen. No Vinny, no pictures. Just tell me how to do it. You have to do it to help me. You have to do it to help us.
Okay, all right. Vinny has a heart problem, right?
I can't wait that long.
Would you just listen? Would you listen for a minute?
I'm
Please.
listening. I am listening.
All right. I read that a guy killed someone by spraying cyanide in his nose.
Spray? I thought you had to eat the stuff.
No. One whiff, that's it. 10 seconds, and it's over. And it disappears from the body in 24 hours so that they'll think it was a heart attack.
And exactly why would Vinny be sniffing cyanide?
Okay, all right. So you told him that you want a divorce, right? Right? So he goes berserk and he decides to kill you.
A family thing?
Yeah, but there's an accident.
What sort of accident?
Let me think. Let me think about this for a minute.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you put that stuff in a perfume bottle?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. Vinny got me some perfume for my birthday. It was awful. I mean, so bad, I wouldn't even wear it around the house. I've told Vinny a million times, I don't like strong scents. Why would you buy me something I just don't understand it?
Okay, please stop with the damn perfume. Please, all right? Let me think.
Okay, I'm sorry, but there's a point to this. The perfume came in one of those old-fashioned bottles. You know the kind with the little squeezy thing?
Perfect. All right, so you tell him that you changed your mind and that you want him to take a whiff of his wonderful gift.
Yes. And what will I do while I'm waiting for this stuff to leave his body?
You tell him you go away. You go to a spa or something. I know how much you love your spa.
My kind of place.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. Okay.
When I come back,
Yeah.
I find his body, I call the police.
All right. Yeah. So then you tell him. You tell him Vinny found out you were having an affair. He thought you were having an affair, and he threatened to kill you. Right. So you show him this note, and then the cops see the perfume bottle and the cyanide, and they figured out he was putting the cyanide in the perfume bottle. But and he had the intention of killing you, but there was an accident. An attempted murder gone bad.
Stephen, you are a genius.
I know.
The cyanide. Where do I get it?
They use it for finishing metals. I know a guy in the business, and he owes me a favor. Yeah. Oh, hi! Hi,
Oh, the stores were just jammed.
Oh.
No,
I'm exhausted.
No, I gotta be running along. It's so nice to see them. I gotta go.
Oh, such a busy day. I'm so exhausted. Oh, what's with Sue?
She wants to kill Vinny.
Oh, I thought we'd go out for dinner tonight.
Did you hear what I just said to you? She wants to kill her husband.
Why is she telling you this?
She wants me to help her.
What did you say?
I told her that I would.
How?
Get this cyanide spray.
Cyanide spray?
Yeah.
It comes in a spray? I didn't know that cyanide came in a spray.
Well, why would you?
Rats. Why would you even consider helping her?
Oh, listen, I'm going to use the cyanide idea in my next show, and imagine the media hype. The producers are going to be knocking down the door.
Closely followed by the police. They don't sell cyanide spray down at the shop and save.
You know what? They'll never trace it to me, because the guy that I'm getting it from, he's not the talking guy.
Oh, they'll
No,
want to
no,
know.
no, no.
They'll want to know where it came
You know,
from.
too many skeletons in the closet. Real ones, if you know what I mean.
Stephen,
What?
you need a hobby.
Rats.
Come in.
Is he?
Yes.
He looks so peaceful.
I'm glad you didn't say innocent. Did you bring
Where did you put the cyanide container? In Vinny's closet.
Did you bring the note?
I sure did.
You'll both pay for this. Vinny.
Is that his cologne?
It was his Christmas present.
Oh.
I hated to waste it.
Nice present.
Well, so you put the cyanide container in his closet.
Done.
That's the first place the police are gonna look.
I know.
And that is very clever.
Pretty clever, huh?
Pretty clever. Well, I think we're mostly done here. It looks like everything's cleaned up.
You know what else I did? I rented the apartment up over the garage to Vinny's girlfriend. Saved me a trip to the beauty salon.
You are a clever girl.
I tell you,
Oh,
always
great. Well, I think we're ready. Our spa appointment's at 2, so we better get going.
You know what? I am so excited. I can't wait to open my Christmas present.
Yes, yes. May we have Merry Little Christmas.
special thank you to Ray Lenkart, who is a first-time director for the group this year, and he had the hard job of corralling all of us every week. So Ray, thank you so much for all of you.